and we got thunderstorms in the area. You're going to want to stay tuned for full weather because we got you covered tonight. Also, we're going to see more of these warm temperatures continuing throughout the basin. Going to be seeing 69 by midnight, 72 by 7 a.m., and then 81 tomorrow by noon. Let's start Local 2 News Saturday right now.
Next, Monahans, Sandhills, the site of a World War II reenactment. We'll take you there coming up. Also, cleaning out clutter for a cause. Stuff the truck in the tall city for the Salvation Army and families in need. And who will it be? Donald Trump's vice president selection begins next week. Those details straight ahead. All those stories and more coming up.
Live from Midland, Odessa, and Big Spring, we're Basin Trusted, Basin Proud. This is Local 2 News at 10 in HD.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Lauren Tropea. Thank you so much for spending your Saturday night with us for Local 2 News at 10. We begin tonight in Ward County, where history buffs from all across the country reenact a World War II battle from North Africa in the Monahans Sandhills State Park. Local 2's Tyler Wessner brings us the sights and sounds from Monahans tonight.
It's a commemoration of the soldiers which fought in the North African campaign. This is the type of event where people really work hard to make sure that their impression is correct for what they're doing. It's really focused on education. These are people who have spent a lot of time researching the lives of the soldiers of the various armies. We have people coming from all across the nation. Some of our Italian members came up from Wisconsin and Illinois. I know there is a German member who came in from Washington State.
We use it for going over the top, eh?
I don't come from this part of the country. I come from much further up north. Come here and you look left and you look right, you look up, you look down, and it feels like you're in the desert. It feels like you're in North Africa. Look in the mirror and look at yourself and say, like, how can I be as close to the pictures I've seen, to the books I've read?
As you can see, it's a little bit more of a rate of fire on it.
We're all coming together in this place to try and recreate a specific historical event, and we really love doing this. Even though it's for a short amount of time, you do feel like you're really truly living history, and it's great fun.
Crime news tonight, a man sits behind bars at the Midland County Detention Center for intoxication manslaughter. The crash happened here in the 400 block of North Midland Drive last night around 9:40. Midland police found 32-year-old Louis White dead on the scene. They say he was riding his motorcycle when 23-year-old Joseph Thong turned in front of the cycle. Officials say White, not wearing a helmet at the time of the accident. Thong found to be intoxicated and not injured during the crash. Staying with crime, an Odessa father behind bars for beating his child because his son didn't score a goal at a soccer game. Carlos Vasquez faces felony child abuse charges. Court documents state the 8-year-old victim left with welts and bruises. We are told it did not happen at a city park facility, but it still got the attention of the Odessa Parks and Rec Department.
And it's supposed to be fun, and it should be rewarding, not a situation that is like a mean, violent, or abusive type scenario.
A reminder for families that these sporting events should boost their kids' confidence, not break them down. This comes just 6 months after Odessa implemented a parent etiquette system. The Smart Parent program helps create a positive among spectators at sporting events in Odessa. The class is a requirement for any parent looking to use a city park facility. And for more information on that class, visit our website, yourbasin.com. Continuing in crime, a $64,000 barbecue trailer stolen in Midland County, and tonight Crime Stoppers need your help.
This week, the Midland County Sheriff's Office and Midland Crime Stoppers need your help in solving a theft. On May 9th, officers are called to 1704 East County Road 137 in Midland County for a vehicle theft. A barbecue trailer owned by High Tech Inspection Services was taken from the side of their office. The trailer is very identifiable with the company name on both sides of the trailer and the front. The trailer itself is a 20-foot gooseneck, dual-axle, BAT Attitude trailer, and has an electric jack system along with a Honda generator, a satellite dish, a gas grill, and a wood pit. The sides open on each side of the trailer to make awnings. There are ladders on the rear of the trailer that go up to the top deck where the satellite system is mounted. The trailer is valued at over $64,000. If you're the first person to call with information leading to the rest of these low-down snakes, it'll be worth a $1,000 cash reward. Let's call Midland Crime Stoppers at 694-TIPS or 1-800-7-LOCK-UP. And as always, you'll remain anonymous because no caller ID is ever used. You may leave a secure tip online at MidlandCrimeStoppers.com or use our new mobile app, P3 Tips. For the Midland County Sheriff's Office, Midland Crime Stoppers, this is Sergeant Ray Weatherby.
And speaking of Crime Stoppers, for the past 3 years, a student from Midland has won the state's Crime Stoppers Design the Poster contest. And this year, the organization hoping to bring home the title for a 4th time. This year's local first place winner has a history of spreading crime prevention. The idea to encourage students to say something if they see something.
I've seen a lot of issues with cyberbullying, that can ruin someone's life, and I'd just like to get that message out there.
The Campus Crime Stopper program works the same way as the citywide service. Students will remain anonymous and a cash reward is handed out if their information leads to an arrest or a case solved. All the winning posters will be on display at different MISD campuses next school year. Now turning to the latest in the disappearance of Egypt Air Flight 804. Debris has been located and recovered, but so far nothing to help investigators piece together what happened to the plane as it flew over the Mediterranean. 66 passengers and crew were on board the flight from Paris to Cairo. No survivors have been found. Kim Hutcherson has more on the search effort.
Egypt's military has released the first video of wreckage from Egypt Air Flight 804. The clip shows chunks of debris, passenger belongings, and an uninflated life vest labeled Egypt Air. The discovery was made about 180 miles north of Alexandria, Egypt. The U.S. Navy is assisting in the search for the remainder of the wreckage, including the cockpit voice recorder and the flight data recorder. Both are crucial to figuring out what caused the crash.
There are a lot of capabilities that I think we have to take advantage of in forensic science, in ability to extract the parts and to reassemble the aircraft.
French aviation officials revealed the plane sent automatic messages about smoke at the front of the aircraft just prior to disappearing from radar. The alerts indicated problems with 2 windows, a lavatory behind the cockpit, and an electronics bay beneath the cockpit. Analysts believe the data could be consistent with catastrophic failure.
It still could have been an incendiary device, or was it caused by something else inside that was a mechanical failure? That's too early to tell in my mind.
Radar shows the plane swerved 90 degrees to the left, then made a 360-degree turn to the right before plunging below 10,000 feet and disappearing. Search crews are focusing their efforts on an area of the Mediterranean Sea about 130 nautical miles from the Greek island of Carpathos. I'm Kim Hutcherson reporting.
Turning to Greenwood tonight, where the community gets down and dirty for all the right reasons. It's called Muddin' for Our Coaches, an event organized by school workers and churches in the community to help 2 of their coaches with cancer. Attendees could play in the mud, eat snow cones, and face paint. They tell us they love having the support of the Greenwood community.
To think that, these people are out here for us. It makes your heart warm.
Whether you're at the school or whether you're at any one of the churches out here that kind of serves this area, there's this sense of family and community.
And for the full story, tune in right here tomorrow night at 10. And staying in Midland, Basiners cleaning out their clutter and stuffing a truck. The Salvation Army hosting the event for families in need. The organization collecting gently used clothing, toys, and household items to give away to those struggling in the basin.
It makes me feel good. It shows that people care, that there's good people still left in this world.
The remaining items will be sold in the store located at 300 South Baird Street. And new research suggests the poor paying more for everyday items while the rich paying less. A Harvard grad student has been looking at what people pay at grocery and drug stores, using Nielsen research data from 2004 to 2013 on retail prices and household incomes. The data showed prices are rising by more than 2% a year for households with incomes below $30,000 annually, but only by 1.4% a year for households with incomes topping $100,000 a year. We are your local election headquarters, the process to select a vice presidential candidate for Donald Trump expected to begin next week. That's according to a source with the presumptive Republican presidential nominees campaign. This means those responsible for the process will begin going through files of potential candidates. Trump says he wants a running mate with political and government experience to help him pass legislation. Names floating around include former House Speaker Newt Gingrich, Oklahoma Governor Mary Fallin, and New Jersey Governor Chris Christie. And while Trump gets ready to select his vice president, former GOP presidential candidate Jeb Bush is offering his explanation of why Donald Trump is doing so well. He said Trump tapped into fears and pessimism felt by many Americans while using his extraordinary skills to dominate the news cycle. But Bush also said at an event in Amsterdam today he's not blaming Trump voters for anything.
What I fear is that people kind of looking down their nose will say the people that are supporting Donald Trump are a bunch of idiots. They're not. They're legitimately scared. They're fearful. They're not as optimistic for legitimate reasons. And there should be respect for that. And on the other side, a similar respect needs to be shown.
Meanwhile, presidential candidate Bernie Sanders in New Mexico with some strong words for Donald Trump. Let's take a listen.
Donald Trump will never be elected president because the American people will not support a candidate who insults Mexicans and Latinos, who insults Muslims or women.
Still to come here on Local 2 News at 10, it's time to round up the goats. Goat ropers in West Texas gathered for a friendly competition. Coming up, we'll show you the roping in action.
And in weather, more thunderstorms in store for tonight and tomorrow, but we're going to see this start to clear up on Monday, and then we'll see some more hot temperatures next week. That's in weather. Next.
Right now at Rooms to Go, look what $9.99 buys you. This beautiful living room in your choice of 3 colors. 5 pieces, just $9.99. Plus, finance interest-free for 60 months. That's 5 years. Now through Memorial Day at Rooms to Go.
The times were simpler, the days longer, and a Texas sunset could be seen for miles. Simple times may never return, but one proudly independent insurance company understands simple. Simply go to KillebrewInsurance.com, fill out the auto or home quote form, and never leave your front porch. Go online to KillebrewInsurance.com. Fast quote, great rate, simply better. Killebrew Insurance, the official insurance agency of Texas.
Catch the savings at Kelly Grimsley Auto Group in Odessa. We're in a league of our own with this starting lineup. It's a grand slam, and the savings are coming home to you.
Get a grand slam on this 2014 Ford Mustang, just $16,995 or no money down, $232 a month.
Score even if your credit's less than perfect or you owe more on your trade than it's worth. So call 1-877-KELLY-AUTO now. Click on kellygrimsley.com or slide into the Kelly Grimsley Auto Group in Odessa today. You're out of here.
On In Touch with Dr. Charles Stanley, you'll learn how to apply godly wisdom to your daily life.
If I want to know what the wise thing to do is, I'm going to get in the Word of God and see how did God work in the past when His servants were in situations similar in some way or the other to what I'm going through in life, whatever storm I may be facing. How did God work then?
In Touch with Dr. Charles Stanley, teaching biblical truths that transform lives.
Your local weather authority, Horace Brown, weeknights on Local 2 News at 5.
Right now at Rooms to Go, get this stylish bedroom in your choice of 3 finishes. 5 pieces, just $9.88. Only $9.88. Plus, finance interest-free for 60 months. That's 5 years. Now through Memorial Day at Rooms to Go.
Now, your Local 2 Weather Authority forecast.
Welcome back. Ryan Martin joining us now. So, Ryan, 1 minute, beautiful outside, sunny, a little warm, then all of a sudden we all blinked and stormy, gloomy.
Yeah, I've got sunburn to remind me that it was very sunny and very warm earlier today, but now that you can call that, as I said last night, the calm before the storm, because the storms are starting to roll into the area, and we're going to get right to that. Let's start things off with the health index, though. We're still seeing a low chance of tree pollen, moderate chance of grass and mold, and then flu A and B viruses both still low. This all courtesy of Dr. John D. Bray. Now, pulling up the Doppler radar, we're seeing some storms that looks like they're starting to move out of the area, but we're still seeing some pretty heavy storms up in Gaines and Andrews County, no longer in the southeast portion of New Mexico, and some of these storms just grazing the Ector County area. They were just in Winkler County not too long ago, but now we're just seeing some pretty heavy rain. Most of the really heavy stuff, though, that's moved out of Gaines County, they were seeing reported golf and even tennis ball-sized hail earlier. Fortunately, we're not seeing that right now. Right now, we're seeing some storms over in the Houston area, and right here in the Midland-Odessa area, as I said before, we're seeing some storms up in Gaines, Andrews, and a little bit in Ector County as well. We're going to start to see some clearing tonight, but tomorrow those storms are going to come back in the afternoon hours. Going to see about a 20% chance of possible severe thunderstorms, so be ready for that. But we're going to start to see some clearing on Monday. Going to be very beautiful this week. 90-degree temperatures, very hot outside, so make sure you bring the sunscreen. Wind speeds right now 16 in Hobbs, 13 up in Carlsbad, and then seeing 21 right now in Fort Stockton, 16 in Pecos. Winds are going to continue. You've come to expect that here. It's West Texas. We always got winds, especially when we have a chance of thunderstorms. Seeing about anywhere between 10 to 20 mile-an-hour wind speeds tomorrow, and then we could be seeing about 20 to 30 mile-an-hour wind gusts. So expect a very windy Sunday and expect the winds to continue. But the thunderstorm chances, that's going to roll out because we're going to be seeing a very clear week with some very warm temperatures. Wind gusts right now 22 in Hobbs, 26 in Pecos, 32 in Fort Stockton, and then 20 down in Alpine. And then peak gusts for today got all the way up to 31 in the Guadalupe Mountains, 32 over in Hobbs, 41 in Wink, so very windy in Wink, 36 in Pecos, and saw 36 in Fort Stockton. Here in Odessa, Midland, 31, and then 24 in Big Spring for peak gusts. And thanks to the rain, we're seeing a good amount of moisture in the area, seeing humidity levels in the 50s and the 60s, but still very dry in the west, 10% in the Guadalupe Mountains, and then 10% in El Paso, 19 down in Presidio, but a good amount of moisture just about everywhere else except for a select few areas over in the west. Almanac for today, another very warm one, 93 degrees, well above, a couple degrees above average, low at 68 degrees, so not exactly going to be cold tonight at all, but once again, another day of seeing these warm temperatures. Not going to be anything like last week where we saw those very cold conditions at times, but we're going to be back up into the very warm West Texas May weather. Temperatures right now seeing 80s right here in Odessa, Midland, 78 in Big Spring, then seeing 81 over in Carlsbad, 93 though down in Presidio, so they're a little bit different than everywhere else, but for the most part, seeing low 80s and high 70s. And then temperatures in the Lone Star State right now, 73 up in Lubbock, 74 in Amarillo, and still seeing 80s in El Paso and Del Rio. Now, temperatures in the basin tonight, going to be seeing mild temperatures, high 50s, low 60s, but seeing high 60s in Big Spring for the low tonight in the northern basin. Tomorrow, though, we could be seeing some 90s. Jal 94 expected for the high, Carlsbad 95, La Mesa 85, and then going into the central basin, temperatures in the high to mid 60s, and then tomorrow 90s expected, 94 in Grand Falls, Rankin 87, Crane 91, and then going into the Trans-Pecos, low 60s, but going to stay in the 70s in Ira and Dryden, Sanderson 68 degrees, and then tomorrow, 89 degrees in Sanderson, Dryden, could see the 90s, Bakersfield 90s as well, and then going into the mountains, 51 in Marfa tonight, 70 in Presidio, and then Pine Springs tomorrow, 85 degrees, Van Horn 91, and 97 expected for the high in Presidio tomorrow. And pulling up the 7-day forecast, we got a chance of severe weather again tomorrow in the late hours, about a 20% chance, but temperatures, nothing but 90s, and after Sunday, it's going to clear out. We'll see some clouds on Monday, but then nothing but sunshine starting on Tuesday and going all the way into next Saturday. So get that sunscreen ready. You know I will.
Definitely. Well, it's not like we ever want to see a chance for severe weather, but it's always nice to get some rain.
Absolutely. It's, you know, we get our droughts here, so when we get rain, we like to smile, right?
But yes, lots of heat coming in the next week. So
it's going to be hot.
Stay hydrated.
Absolutely.
And be careful out there. for those of you getting hit with any potential for severe weather, too. Thanks, Ryan. Now, here's something we need right now in the studio. Here's a tasty idea coming up, ice cream cone coffee. And apparently, it's a huge hit on Instagram. In just a bit, we'll tell you all about #coffee-in-a-cone.
Know of a community event or news story? Then contact us. You can call 432-563-4421. Email news@kmid.tv. Like us on Facebook at Local2News-KMID. And follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Local2News-KMID.
All furniture for the news set is provided by Carter's.
Catch the savings at Kelly Grimsley Auto Group in Odessa. We're in a league of our own with this starting lineup. It's a grand slam, and the savings are coming home to you.
Go to the game in this 2016 Kia Optima, only $21,100 or no money down, $299 a month.
Score even if your credit's less than perfect or you owe more on your trade than it's worth. So call 1-877-KELLY-AUTO now. Click on kellygrimsley.com or slide into the Kelly Grimsley Auto Group in Odessa today. Your order here. Blah, blah, blah.
I'm Bob Mills, and it's the Memorial Day event. This 6-piece bedroom group, normally $1,435, just $796. And the 5-drawer chest, a $300 value, free. That True Gel Queen mattress with charcoal to filter allergens, $1,382. And the Heads Up Mood Base, a $700 value, free. Plus, you get years of interest-free financing in our commission-free shopping environment. It's the Memorial Day event at Bob Mills.
Are you a friendly, hard-working individual with a passion for sales? If this sounds like you, then Local 2 wants your resume. We are now hiring account executives and seek experienced applicants. Just apply to the email address on your screen.
Come three.
Good, get out the bra.
Hey, hold up. Go.
Get mic'd up Tuesdays on Local 2 News at 10. Sponsored by Classic Honda of Midland. Basin trusted, Basin proud. You're watching Local 2 News at 10 in HD.
Welcome back. Over in Odessa today, beautiful butterflies released in honor of loved ones. The 11th annual butterfly release greeted to a packed crowd. Kindergartners raised caterpillars from birth, then released them into the wild when they blossom into butterflies. More than 500 released today.
You get to spend that moment again. The things that you have bottled up inside have a place to go.
Midland, Andrews, and Big Spring also hosting butterfly releases. And from butterflies to goats, a goat roping competition this afternoon at La Hacienda. Big Bend Equine Center from Alpine comes out and puts on the event for kiddos and less experienced lasso cowboys to rope the goats. 60% of the entry fee total divided up between the top 3 and belt buckle awards given out to the winners.
We're trying to help bring back the Western heritage also. You know, it's good. It's a good event to get people out that don't have horses but still want to be a part of the Western world.
You already got a good goat? Yeah, I got one on the line here.
All across the basin, happening from Odessa all the way to Alpine. And Tara Talmadge joining us now to talk a little sports. Tara?
We've got some baseball and softball playoffs. I'm really excited for this one. Coming up next, find out who's advancing in the playoffs and whose season has come to an end. More when we come back.
A good neighbor is more than an acquaintance. A good neighbor is more than a friend.
A good neighbor is welcoming and makes you feel like family.
Helpful, kind, caring, supportive. In an emergency, you can count on your neighbors.
Day or night,
at Neighbors Emergency Center.
Your doctors.
Your neighbors.
I'm Bob Mills, and it's the Memorial Day event. This 6-piece bedroom group, normally $14.35, just $7.96. And the 5-drawer chest, a $300 value, free. That True Gel Queen mattress with charcoal to filter allergens, $13.82. And the Heads Up Mood Base, a $700 value, free. Plus, you get years of interest-free financing in our commission-free shopping environment. It's the Memorial Day event at Bob Mills.
Catch the savings at Kelly Grimsley Auto Group in Odessa. We're in a league of our own with this starting lineup. It's a grand slam, and the savings are coming home to you.
Hit a home run in this 2010 F-150, just $25,995, or no money down, $347 a month.
Score even if your credit's less than perfect or you owe more on your trade than it's worth. So call 1-877-KELLY-AUTO now. Click on kellygrimsley.com or slide into the Kelly Grimsley Auto Group in Odessa today. Save!
As we get older, safety and comfort becomes a valid concern for all of us. Rebath understands this and offers a safe bathing experience in a walk-in tub. This bathtub comes with therapy jets to aid in circulation and healing. We're making it easy for you to step into the walk-in therapy tub today. For as low as $179 a month, you'll have the bathroom of your dreams. But you have to call 432-848-4300 today because our schedule is filling up fast. License number 15538.
Now, your Local 2 Sports.
Welcome into your Local 2 Sports. I'm Tara Talmadge. Win or go home. That's the case for several baseball and softball teams today competing for their chance to advance in the playoffs. Let's take a look at today's Alpine versus Littlefield game. It was a win here would advance the Bucks to the next round. Top of the 6th, Bryson Calloway throwing some heat and gets Derek Rowe to go down swinging. Bottom of the 6th, Littlefield with a runner on second. And Seth Clayton sends it to the corner, and Tyler Estrada throws it all the way home. But the catcher, the ball drops out of his hand, and Albert Lechuga's run puts Littlefield up 7-2. Top of the 7th, Alpine with a runner on first and second, and Christian Morris hits it right down the middle. Alex Gonzalez slides home. Littlefield up 7-3, though. Robert Oliphant up next. Connects, and Nate Herrera makes the low catch, and that's ball game, folks. Littlefield wins 7-3, forcing a game 3. But Alpine pulled it together and took a 12-8 win in extra innings. So congratulations to the regional quarterfinal champs. Now over in Lubbock, Greenwood taking on Snyder in a must-win game 2 for the Rangers. Bottom of the 1st with a runner on second. Nick Madrano sends that to left. It drops in, and Josh Arias coming around third. He limps for the score. Rangers go up 1-0. Top of the 3rd, runner on the corners, and Draylon Jackson dribbles past the pitcher. The throw gets away, and a runner scores. Game is tied at 1 apiece. But Snyder ends up taking this one 7-1, sweeping the Rangers and bringing their season to an end. But congratulations to the Rangers on a great season. Switching over to the softball semifinals, Big Spring needs a win over Brownwood here to stay alive in the playoffs. Top of the 2nd, no score, 2 outs for Brownwood, and Tori Burkett hits one to left field to bring in Alex Array for the RBI single. Lady Lions go up 1-0. Top of the 3rd, same score, 1 out, and Danielle Gongora dribbles one up the middle to bring in Victoria Sanchez for the 2nd. Brownwood up 2. Later in the inning, Big Spring going for the double play here. But it's the end of the inning. The throw to first sneaks by the base, allowing another run for Brownwood. They go up 3, and it didn't stop there. They take a win 6-2. Congratulations to the Lady Steers on a great season. Now let's take a look at some of the other playoff results from our area. Clyde takes an 8-0 win over Kermit, eliminating the Lady Jackets from the playoffs. And in baseball regional quarterfinals, Andrews forcing a game 3 with a win in game 2. But Sweetwater comes back and wins 7-4, ending the Mustangs season. Congratulations to them, though, on a great season. Midland Lee also forced a Game 3 today and ended up taking an 8-1 victory over Weatherford, advancing the Rebels to the next week's semifinals, where they will take on #1 team in the nation. Coppell definitely excited for that one. And from the playoffs to the Peakness, it took 5 tries, but Exaggerator finally got the better of Nyquist. Exaggerator has finished second to Nyquist twice previously, but that wasn't the case today as he sprinted past Nyquist and ended the dream of a second consecutive Triple Crown winner. Nyquist flew out of the gate early on and held the lead for most of the race, but just down the backstretch, Exaggerator exploded past the field and juked Nyquist to take the inside lane. After that, Nyquist just wasn't able to regain his footing, and Exaggerator took the lead to win the Peakness Stakes. The 2 thoroughbreds will meet again on June 11th at the Belmont Stakes, along with locally owned Sudden Breaking News, who will also be running for the final jewel. Excited to see that as well. But from racing to golfing, 6 years ago, a young Jordan Spieth played his first PGA Tour event at the Nelson, and now he's back as the world's #2 ranked player. He's also back as a clear crowd favorite. Crews handed out nearly 8,000 Jordan Spieth bobbleheads during today's 3rd round of the AT&T Byron Nelson. Even so, it was a stressful round for Spieth. He hit just 7 of 14 fairways and 11 of 18 greens in regulation, each number down from his first 2 rounds. But all things considered, Spieth still shot 67 to go 14 under. He trails leader Brooke Koepka just 2 strokes heading into Sunday's final round. So definitely tune in tomorrow night. I will have those results. Hopefully Spieth can pull one out, but also someone who did pull something out, the Raptors, came in and won Game 3 over the Cavs.
Yes, I saw that.
Who would have thought? I mean, good for them. They got one under their belt.
And you know, Tara, it's always fun watching horse racing, but that weather, I can't believe they weren't slipping and sliding.
I was a little worried and hoping that, you know, none of them got hurt. Thankfully, that wasn't the case. None of them did get hurt, so we're good.
Thank you so much, Tara. We'll be right back after this.
Man, it smells wonderful in here.
What? Oh, I went to Essence.
Essence Candle Company, where the world makes sense. Located at 438 Andrews Highway in Midland.
Catch the savings at Kelly Grimsley Auto Group in Odessa. We're in a league of our own with this starting lineup. It's a grand slam, and the savings are coming home to you.
Get a triple in this 2015 Dodge Charger, just $21,995 or no money down, $299 a month.
Score even if your credit's less than perfect or you owe more on your trade than it's worth. So call 1-877-KELLY-AUTO now. Click on KellyGrimsley.com or slide into the Kelly Grimsley Auto Group in Odessa today. Your order here.
Local. More than just a word. For over 60 years, it's been our passion. It's about knowing your neighbors, protecting your values, and fighting to make West Texas a better place for you, your family, and generations to come. Why? Because we live here too, and we believe local should always feel like home.
Big 2.
Big 2 News. Big 2 News.
After World News tonight, I hope you'll join Big 2 News, the Permian Basin's news leader.
Your local station for over 60 years.
All right, looking at your 7-day forecast, another chance of thunderstorms tomorrow afternoon going into tomorrow night, but then nothing but clear skies and very, very hot temperatures.
And it's a coffee cone craze sweeping South Africa. A South African entrepreneur claims to have created the world's most Instagrammed coffee. Nearly 1 million Instagram images with the coffee in a cone hashtag have been linked since it launched back in January. Serving coffee in a chocolate